He's a former world number 3, a 3-time Grand Slam champion, a gold Olympic medalist, and a Davis Cup champion. You're a busy guy.
I can't believe this. You've learned all the stats, haven't you?
I have.
Yes, he's also a 2-time Wimbledon quarter-finalist. Please welcome a man that we actually do stand. Stan Wawrinka. Hello, Stan.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's so lovely to see you. You seem hot, you seem sweaty, you seem like a man who's been out playing tennis. How's the morning been?
It was a busy morning, yeah. We practiced 3 hours with Andy Murray this morning. It was great practice, great weather, so perfect start of the day.
We were chatting about this earlier, weren't we? How do you arrange a practice with someone? Do you have to send them a WhatsApp to say, are you free this morning? Do you want to do a bit of practicing?
We do send the WhatsApp, or the coach organize themselves. Normally we do it in advance, especially the week before Grand Slam. We try to plan for the full week. There is player I like to practice. There is some I dislike, but in general it's good to practice with the top players.
And do you try and instantly check out their form? Do you think, oh, he's on good form, or, oh, that was a bad shot, hope he does another one like that?
Yeah, there's only little chance that we play against one of them. So at the end of the day, I'm focusing on what I'm doing. We practice to improve, so it's better if they play their best tennis also.
Yes.
That's the way you can improve your own game, and that's the most important.
So you're not holding anything back? You're not like, I've got a killer move, but I'm going to save it until this is competitive?
No, you don't.
Okay.
That's where we've been going wrong with
That's
our
where we've
practice.
been going wrong, yeah. I've been holding it back for 36 years, but at some point one of these
Maybe
killer
you should
moves will
change
come out. Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? It reminds me a bit of like picking teams for football at school, or even dating a bit, where presumably people will get picked off. You know, if someone else had got to Andy first, you maybe would have had to go to your second choice, your third choice. Does it work a bit like that, where you think, oh no, someone else has nabbed Andy this morning?
I think there is enough player to be okay, to have a good practice. The week before Grand Slam, as I said, the player who doesn't play that week, like now with Andy and all the other, we try to arrange to make sure which day we play with each other. But again, there's so many players that there's always another option.
Well, we are available, Stan, if you do need any. You know, we'll stand together on one side of the court. This is what Matt's been trying to get to. You know, he's been asking you, is it a WhatsApp, is it an email, is it a telephone call? We'll help you out if you ever need, you know, us to the other side.
I will ask
of the
my
court.
coach.
Yeah, please do. And 2 questions. Who won this morning? Do you play competitively? Who won?
We didn't play
Okay.
once. We practiced. Was an intense practice. I think was great. We were both happy with the practice, with the way we've been playing so far. So we've been happy after that.
And also, how is Andy? Because we know that he's had some injuries recently, and we're all really excited. You know, we've got Murray Mound out there. People are going to be backing him in the tournament. As a fellow tennis player, what was his form like?
It was good. He was playing well. Yes, he had a small injury last week. I think he's getting there again. So it was, as I said, it was an intense practice. I think the level was great. So he's going to be ready for the first one.
Oh, that's good to hear.
And how are you feeling? How's your
I'm good. My form is not bad actually. I've been practicing well. I need time. I've been away from the tour for more than a year with 2 surgeries last year. At my age, it takes more times to come back. It's been only a few months now. I still need a few more weeks, months to be at the level I want to be. But so far, I think I'm improving every day. I'm pushing myself. I'm pushing the body. I'm pushing tennis-wise also to find a way how to play my best tennis again. It takes time, but I'm happy where I am right now.
Yes, because you've not been to Wimbledon since 2019, so it's lovely to have you back, and it must feel pretty amazing to be back, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's an amazing tournament here. Always something special to be back here. So I'm enjoying the practice week before the tournament.
Yeah, and you're a wild card, and I'm always intrigued about how that works. Do they reach out to you? Is it like getting a letter from Hogwarts? How does it work to be told you're a wild card?
You ask them. You ask them, and I'm really happy and grateful that they gave me one. It was really important for me to be back here, to be playing. My ranking doesn't let me get in anymore because I was out for a year on the tour, so I don't have much points, neither ranking. So I'm really happy I got the wildcard and a chance to play here again.
And how do you ask that? Like, is it an email? Do you have to phone someone?
Again, he wants to know for himself, Stan. It says nothing about
I'm not
you.
hustling. I'm not
I think
hustling.
it's going to be difficult for you to get one, but
Yeah.
my manager team do it. They
Okay.
call the right person, they email, and then they ask, and then we wait for the answer.
Yeah.
I'm glad you've told him that, Stan, because I felt like I would have to break the news to him that it might be hard for you to get that invite, Matt.
Okay, well, I'll get the email from Stan later on. There's still a couple of weeks before it all kicks off. It'll be fine.
Well, Stan, on a serious note, thank you so much for joining us here in the Evian suite today. We know you're practicing loads, obviously, up until the tournament. Do you get any rest days?
I had a rest day yesterday, actually, after a few days practicing out. But yeah, I think as I say, I need more practice. I need time on the court. I need time in the fitness. I need to get my body right again, and for that I need to spend a lot of time on the court. So I've been building the form I want to be, and it takes time.
Speaking of getting your body into form, I cannot believe we've been in the Evian suite for about 5 minutes now, and no one's offered you any water. That's on us.
How
That's
rude.
our bad. Would you like still or sparkling?
Sparkling, please.
Sparkling.
Yes.
He's very much a Team Mollie there.
He's like me. Do you drink sparkling when you're playing, or is it just more when you're off the
No,
court?
when I'm playing, I'm drinking still water. I think it's much better. I'm used to, but I do drink a lot of sparkling water off the court, especially quite cold sparkling.
Yeah, these ones are ice cold, aren't they?
Oh, they are delicious.
I like the way that it sort of retains the coldness. Sorry to
know.
touch your water there, Stan.
It's
Stan-
okay. COVID is past, but no, they are nice. I like the color. I like the water, the sensation you get when you drink that one, and it's a good new water.
It's all about the bubbles, isn't it? I'm into that too. How do you fuel your body then before a big game? What are you eating? What are you drinking?
Depends of the days. Depends what time you play during the day. Because you can play a match at 11 as you can play at 8 p.m. So you're not gonna have the same meal. But normally you try to eat something light 2-3 hours before the match. Maybe some rice or chicken or rice and salmon. And I just drink a lot of water to make sure that my body is ready. I think it's super important, especially when it's hot, especially during the summer. Like I always force myself even more before a match to drink a lot of water, because as I say, it's really important to feel ready when you go on court.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how much exertion there must be, and how much sweat there must be, and how much fluid you must get through. Good to stay hydrated. That is a good rule for life, isn't it, generally? I'm intrigued. If you've got a match at 8 p.m, is there any part of you in that day that can forget that that's coming? Is there any part of you that can enjoy a moment of that day up till 8 p.m, or is it a laser focus to that moment?
No, it is a focus, but you still enjoy your day, especially if you're playing in a tournament like here in Wimbledon. It's amazing feeling to have the chance to play here. So you're gonna be nervous, you're gonna stress for your match, you're gonna be focused, you're gonna get ready, you're gonna warm up, you're gonna play some tennis a bit, you're gonna have some lunch, but in the same time, I'm gonna enjoy and I'm gonna watch the other match. I'm going to spend time a little bit at the house watching what's happening during the day, and then I will be focused a few hours before the match.
Do you get a chance to sort of visit the cafes and the restaurants around here?
In Wimbledon, it's during the tournament. It's difficult. There's way too many people.
I was going to say, he is Stan Wawrinka. It's
Yeah.
going to be hard to move around.
I tried to go to the shop after I lost my last match. I tried to go the next early morning to the shop to buy some present for my family, for my daughter and all. But normally I cannot be around with the fans.
I was going to say, if you've got a match at 8 p.m, even then, if you arrived at 11, I think you would struggle. The amount of people that want a selfie with you. We were talking about just how special Wimbledon as a tournament feels, and what does it mean to you to come back to Wimbledon?
But it's something special. I'm lucky to have a wildcard this year, and I'm really grateful for that. I think Wimbledon will always be special for any tennis player. You like it or you don't like the grass, it doesn't matter. The feeling that you get, it's a completely different feeling than during the rest of the year. I think it's really special. The tradition here are something amazing, and you can see, I love to see the first few days here because we have the players' coffee a bit up with the terrace, so we can see all the courts, we can see the fans and all, and you can feel the atmosphere, and that's something really special as a tennis player. So again, I'm arriving to the end of my career. Hopefully, few more good years, but so few more Wimbledon, but not 20. So I will enjoy as much as possible. The feeling that you get when you play on big court with the atmosphere, with the fans, is something special. So I'm really happy to be here this year again.
Yeah, I bet. Well, it's quite special actually this year because Centre Court is celebrating its 100th birthday. I'm sure you must have watched so much Wimbledon when you were growing up, and obviously you've got your own memories here. What are some of your favourite memories?
Yeah, it is special this year, that's for sure. There's many big memories. I watched a lot of tennis when I was young, even when I was playing still, and back home after losing here, I was still watching final. I think last 10 years was some amazing final with Novak, with Andy Murray, with Rafa, and with Roger. Was always something special to battle for the title. There always been many big match here, many big moments of tennis history, and it's always going to be special. As you say, it's the 100 years, and Evian coming with a special bottle also that I really enjoy. I saw it for the first time when I arrived here. I think it's a great design, and I'm super happy to be part of the Evian family.
Well, we've got a mission involving that bottle for you in a second.
Yes,
we were just talking about Wimbledon history and Centre Court history in particular. Do you know you have made Centre Court history? There's an incredible, very specific stat. You're one of the first people to do a thing in Centre Court. Do you know what that thing is?
To play with the roof.
Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah, of course.
Of course, that was against Andy Murray.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had to. Was a late match. Was a even if I lost that match, it was a special feeling to play the first time with the roof. It's a different feeling as a tennis player when you put the roof on, the ball, the sound, everything. It sounds a bit different, and the way you played also. It was special to play Andy here at home for him, with the crowd for him. I think even after losing, I think it was a great memory.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Well, listen, you do know the answer to that, but I've got a question for you here. So, Evian supplies all the water for the players and all the staff here at Wimbledon. But can you guess how many litres they get through over the fortnight? I'm going to give you some options here.
Oh, okay.
And if it helps, know that about 80 litres fills up a bath, okay?
She measured that at home herself.
Last night,
She's checked
yeah, I had to do it.
That's a lot of water.
It is, right? So, do you think it's 100,000 litres? Do you think it's 200,000 litres? Or 275,000 litres?
Mol loves a quiz.
Of
Stan.
Evian, I love a quiz.
She loves.
But for the what? For the 4 weeks?
For the
3 weeks?
For the 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Two
all
weeks.
the players,
2
all the
weeks.
staff.
All the players. That's the 270 you said.
Yeah.
270.
275.
Yeah.
275,000. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going with.
Well done.
He's bang on the money.
You bang on the money, yeah.
Of course, I'm drinking 6 litres a day, so.
He knows
You
where he
know your
gets
stuff.
through, exactly. And of course, Evian water comes from the Alps. It's
Yep.
naturally sourced from the Alps. You are from Switzerland.
Yes, just next door.
Lausanne,
In France.
in
yes,
France, yeah.
Yes.
Have you spent any time in the Alps?
Yes, I did, and I went to the Evian factory too. I think it's something special when you're part of a brand like Evian, as I say, part of the family, to visit the way they do it, the way they're putting the water into the bottle, the way the water coming out from the Alps is really something special, and it was a great experience.
Yes, we know that that's sourced naturally. I guess what we want to know from you is what is the source of your inspiration?
Always happy with that
I am happy with
question.
that.
He's happy with that.
I segued beautifully there.
did.
I'm sad you've pointed it out. It was going so well. What is the source of your inspiration? What draws you to tennis? What drew you to tennis in the first instance?
No, in the first instance was a passion for the game. As a kid, tennis is a game, and it's still a game now. You need to. Sometimes people, when they grow up, they forgot that the reason why you're playing tennis, it's because when you're kids, you love to play games and you play tennis as a game. And I still enjoy that and try to always remember that when I'm on the court, even when I'm not doing great practice or great match, you need to still have a smile and try to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, it's so important to remember that, isn't it? Why you got into it in the first place. And a little birdie tells me that it isn't only tennis you love. I hear you're a keen football fan, am I right?
I don't know who told you that. I like football, but I'm not a big fan.
Okay, so you don't have a team that you follow?
No.
Are there other sports that you do get into?
No, I follow a bit football. I follow ice hockey in Switzerland. I follow a little bit of basketball, NBA, Formula 1 too, but I don't play other sports.
Okay. I've been looking to find out where your tattoo is, because I've heard you've got a tattoo. Is it a Samuel Beckett quote?
Yeah, I got 2 tattoos.
2 tattoos. Yes. What is the quote?
The quote is here.
Oh, there it is.
Yes. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better.
Oh, it's powerful, that.
Yeah, big time. Powerful.
What was it that spoke to you about that? And how often in a tennis match do you look at it and think, okay, yes, those are words to live by?
I don't look at it. I see this is something that push me to keep going, push me not only in tennis, in life, in everything, but as a tennis player, as I always said, even if you at the top, even when I was number 3 in the world, winning Grand Slam, you still lose almost every week a match. So normally the problem when you're a kid and they teach you, you have to win. If you lose, you fail. But when you grow up, you need to try to understand that losing is not failing. You need to take something from losing. You need to find a way how to improve what was good, take the positive from it, and keep going back to practice.
I love that. Such a good message.
Brilliant mindset.
Now, Stan, I actually live not too far from here, and I see loads of the Wimbledon cars driving around, approaching the tournament. Tell me, off the court, what is the experience like? Are you in a hotel? Are you in a house nearby?
Yeah, I'm in a house. I'm renting a house with my team just next door, so I don't use the transportation. I walk by. I come walking here, so it's quite nice. I think I have to say for the 3 weeks that I'm here, I'm next door. I'm enjoying to be in a house and not in a hotel like the rest of the year, and it's something special about Wimbledon.
Yeah, and what are the home comforts that you need? What are you bringing that isn't in that house that you're renting that is like, Stan is not going to be happy unless there's this there?
I'm happy anyway.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't need anything special. I like to make my stay more comfortable. This year, I got a table tennis just to have fun, just to enjoy with my team. But honestly, I'm easy. So when I get somewhere, I'm here for playing tennis. I'm here for practice. The days are long, and I'm enjoying to be just in the house and not in a hotel.
I love that. Professional tennis player. How do you relax? Well, same game, but on a table.
Stan, I know you said earlier that you were practicing with Andy Murray. Who are like your best mates on the circuit? Which players do you love seeing and think, oh, I'm glad he's here?
There's many. Like I'm good friends with Gael Monfils. He lives next door in Switzerland. Also, we practice a lot when we are back in Switzerland. But then in the same times, I think I enjoy to be on tour. There's many players, like I am good friend with Novak, with Roger, with Andy too. So I like to practice with them, to always take something, to push myself to be a better tennis player by practicing with the best player in the world.
And is there a WhatsApp group with all of you in it?
No.
No. Oh, well, you set us up. Amazing. Now, we've heard that you like to play table tennis when you're not practicing, when you're not here. Do you get much of a chance to have a mooch around, to pop into Wimbledon, to go shopping, to do sort of the normal bits of life? Or when you're here, is it just tennis?
I have sometimes. I go to Wimbledon Village to do shopping for the dinner, for example. But once in a while,
You're not cooking your own dinner, are you, Stan, when you get back from these matches?
I do.
Oh my goodness!
Not after the match, but I do.
I was going to say, when you said we've got a team, I thought, well, there's definitely a chef involved there.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to go and get some oven-ready pizzas or whatever. Stan, we are really enjoying this chat. We've got loads more questions about what it's like to be a elite player here at Wimbledon, but we do have a task for you. You can't just come here and drink all the free water and then leave. We've got a thing for you to do, haven't we?
Yes, we do. So the task that we've got for you here, Stan, is that in every episode, we're going to ask a guest to write a message, and we're going to put it in a bottle that I think Matt's got here.
Yes.
And that message is going to be passed on to the next person in our podcast. So it can be something really profound, it could be something funny, it can be something silly, but just something that means something to you, I guess.
And then we'll ask the next guest to read it, and then they repeat the process, continuing that chain, much like the journey.
Much like the journey of an Evian bottle,
Yes.
which, apart from the cap and the label, is completely recyclable. So this message is going to be passed on to somebody else. Have you got any initial thoughts of what you might write down? We've put you on the spot.
Quite a lot of pressure here, isn't it? We've got a bit of paper and a pen.
By
It
the
can be
time I can think a bit.
You can have a little
A couple of seconds,
yeah.
Couple of seconds.
Couple of seconds.
I like that he's writing a lot though.
Right, Stan, let's get it in there, shall we?
Yeah.
There you go. Slide it in. We will find out with our next guest what you've written.
Yes.
Is it profound?
No.
No.
Is it silly?
No.
Is it offensive?
It's about food.
It's about food. Okay. Oh, now I'm intrigued to find out.
So Matt and I are here chatting with Stan Wawrinka, who's about to play Wimbledon for the 16th time. You know it pretty well, Stan.
That's a long time.
It is. It's good going.
It's a long time, but a good time. Talk to me about the locker room, because I'm interested in two things. Literally what it's like, but also the kind of mental state that you have to get into when you're there, knowing you're about to go onto centre court, for example, in front of all of those people.
No, I think the locker room is. We used to. I think that's something special in tennis is that you're gonna spend the minutes before going on court with seeing your opponent next door in the locker room. So we used to normally I try to spend time with my team, getting ready, getting focused. The last few words from my coach about how the match gonna be, but. Yeah, again, here it's always special to play on center court. The walk through the center court is it's quite magic. It's something really as a tennis player that you want to experience. If you love tennis, if you love what you do, that means you watch it so many times when you were young, and it's special to walk through the center court.
And before you do that walk onto centre court, I've wondered this for years. Are you and your opponent literally sat there in the same room just going through your bits, or is there sort of like a wall so that you can chat to your team and talk about maybe your opponent's weaknesses? What's going on in there? Or are you having a conversation with them like, oh, what did you do last night?
No, we are. The locker room is an open space, so we can see each other. We can talk if we want. We don't, but we can.
Does anyone ever try to? Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone ever chat?
Probably I did or we did in the past, for sure. Depends who you're playing. You're not going to talk just 2 minutes before, but you can say a few words, that's for sure. It's not a problem. As a tennis player, we used to, like I said, we practice the day before. We see each other all the time, so we don't have any problem of that just before a match. But most of the time you stay with your team. You go also in the fitness a little bit to activate yourself and talk with your team, and then you're just waiting for the time.
Never playing mind games. You're never like whispering, but a bit too loudly to your coach, like, oh, I'll tell you what, my left hamstring's really tight, knowing that it's in the best form it's ever been. No, none of that.
Doesn't change the result of the match.
No, that's true. Okay. I'd be so tempted to do the mind games, wouldn't you?
I know you would.
Also,
I know you would.
I would find the idea of, like, if we were playing against each other,
Yeah.
I'd find the idea of not saying hello. I find silence hard.
So awkward.
I
yes.
need small talk. I'd feel like I had to fill the gap right up until we were playing tennis.
Both of us will be there like, so, watch anything last night? What are you streaming? Have you seen the latest episode of Love is Blind?
Yeah, Stranger Things, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Kate Bush is back. All the way up until we went on court.
Tell me this. So I go to just a local gym, right? When you go into the locker room, you've got your tokens there. Is there anything like that here, or is no one worrying about a token? Is everyone
what do you
very...
do with your stuff?
Exactly. Is everyone very trustworthy here, or have you
We
maybe
have
sort of
our
nabbed
own
a
locker.
towel?
That's where we can put our stuff. I think there is a little locker to put what you want to save it. That's for sure.
Has
We
it got
had
your name on it?
Yeah, with the name on it. We actually, on the tour, we had some problem a few years ago that things were stolen in the locker. Not here in Wimbledon, but in other tournaments. So since that, there is a rule that the tournament has to provide a private locker for each player.
You have to take a £1 coin and put it in.
Exactly.
I always forget it when I go swimming. I always forget the £1 coin. It's frustrating, that, isn't it? When you get back after a match, because you can't have your phone with you, obviously, how many messages, what's the average number of messages that you get at the end of a match?
But it depends if you win or lose. If you lose, you don't get any message. If you win, there is a lot. It depends which tournament too. But it depends. It depends of the match. Depends where you're playing. Of course, if it's a Grand Slam or small tournaments, it's not the amount. But of course, people, when they watch you or when you play a big match, there is more people trying to text you.
Yeah.
Now, this is a big question here, Stan. It's one I've been waiting to get to the whole podcast. I can see you in all your whites now. How much time and how much prep is there into your outfits? Because do you have like superstitions, like I've got to wear my lucky shorts? You know, Tell me about the outfits. How much forward planning is there going into it?
Not much. Wimbledon, it's all white, so you don't have any choice of color, don't have any choice of shirt, so it's quite clear from the beginning what you have to wear, so it's quite easy.
Quite easy. Way off my mind, that would be.
I know, right?
If someone said you have to wear just all white, I'd think fantastic. That'd be great. I'd like that. I like the boundaries of it. Wouldn't have to think what to wear. Brilliant. Do you ever look to the royal box and try and notice who's playing? Because obviously the fans are sort of what make Wimbledon, and we often have very high profile fans. I mean, sometimes literally royalty, often Hollywood royalty. Have you ever been sort of about to serve and then thought, hang on, Bradley Cooper's there? Suddenly that's changed something in the way I play.
I never played the final, so I never saw it from the royal box, but yeah, I do look around, not only in the royal box, but in the crowd in general. I like to watch and to feel the fans a bit, so it's always interesting. But yeah, I think unfortunately I didn't play semi-final or final here, so I never had the biggest royal box ever.
Got it. Do you make eye contact with just regular punters in the crowd? Because I've told Mollie this. I'm certain there was a Nadal game. I was on centre court. I was really lucky. I was in his eye line, and he kept looking at me, and I felt very responsible to be in that seat so he could look at me. I'm wondering if you ever make eye contact with anyone like, oh, yeah, they're enjoying this. This next point's for them.
It can happen, especially when they talk, especially when they try to cheer you up. Of course, you look and you try to check a bit, but you need to quickly come back and focus on the match.
Yeah, and do you actually hear that then, when you get the kind of random shouts from, obviously everybody claps after a point, but you might hear a, go on, Stan! Do you hear that? Does it make you think, yeah, go on, Stan?
Yeah, I do hear it, and it's quite a good feeling. I think it's great as a player to have a lot of support, to have support. As I said, the atmosphere here on the courts, but not only on the main court, also on the small court, it's always packed. There's always a lot of atmosphere, and it's quite cool as a tennis player. And
the flip side of that, when you're playing someone on their home turf, like an Andy Murray, and everyone's against you. They're not really, it's sort of pantomime, isn't it? But everyone's like, oh, come on to your opposition. Does that allow you to access a different kind of energy or aggression from somewhere else?
Of course, it's a different kind of energy, but it's still a positive and a great energy. I think for me, it's always better to play with a big atmosphere. Doesn't matter if it's for my opponent or not for me, but at least you get a great ambience on the court, and I love it. I enjoy, as you said, they are not aggressive against you. They are more cheering for the others. So it's always a good feeling.
Stan, we cannot wait to see you play in Wimbledon this year. What can we expect from you?
Well, let's see how I'm gonna feel. Let's see the draw. Let's see, because I can play anybody from the first one. Let's see how it goes. I'm just gonna try to play my best. Of course, I'm pushing myself to be back at my level. So hopefully I can play well this year at Wimbledon.
And you've obviously won 3 Grand Slams. You must have a place you keep the trophies. Where are they living?
So far in a safe.
In a safe? Okay.
Yeah, I'm traveling all the time. I'm never home, so I don't have so much time to see them anywhere, so I don't want to take any risk.
So Stan, we've heard from you what it's like to walk out onto the most famous stage in sport, but we still want to know more about you, don't we, Matt?
Yes, because Centre Court, as you know, is celebrating its 100th birthday. So we thought we would ask you questions, quick fire, in 100 seconds. I don't know if you have any experience of having to react quickly to things.
I will try.
But we'll see how we go, how many we get through.
Yeah, don't overthink these. Just go with the flow.
Yeah, go with your gut, okay? Let's start the timer now. Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Federer or Nadal?
Federer.
Henman Hill or Murray Mound?
Murray Mound.
Who would be your +1 to the Royal Box?
Oof. No idea.
Okay, I'm going to take that one then. Still or sparkling?
Still.
Walk, cycle or drive?
Drive.
Who's the last tennis player you messaged?
No idea.
You'd have to go and check.
If you weren't a tennis player, what would you have been?
Chef.
Cats or dogs?
Dog.
Hold on, are you a good cook then?
I never say I'm a good cook.
What's your go-to meal if you're doing a meal?
Speciality.
The time is going.
I know.
We paused it. We paused it.
No, she didn't.
What is your speciality meal?
I have no specialty.
Who would you like to be stuck in a lift with?
With my daughter,
Good answer. Ice cold or room temperature water?
room temperature,
Strawberries and cream or fish and chips?
strawberries cream.
Who's your favourite opponent?
Wow. Novak Djokovic.
Grass or clay?
Why is that? Sorry, I need to hear more about this. Why Novak Djokovic?
Because I got 2 Grand Slams beating him in the finals.
Good answer. I
Very
like
good.
that.
Grass or clay?
Clay,
Clay.
Summer or winter?
summer,
Autumn or spring?
spring.
And last one thing we don't know about you.
I think after that interview, you know everything.
I agree.
There's one thing we don't know. Matt or Mollie?
Both.
Both.
Ah,
he's a
good,
diplomat.
he's
He's
good.
a diplomat. He's very good. Thank you very much for that. I'm so intrigued at you with the chef thing. Now that we know that you cook for yourself as well,
Yeah.
you're being
No,
very,
but that you asked me to answer quick, so I.
you're being very cagey
But that's
about
also the
Yeah.
question that it's impossible to answer. You ask me what I would have done, but that
Yeah.
was 40 years ago. So.
Yeah.
Well, what would be your dream meal then? If we said, Stan, we're going to get you anything you want to eat, don't worry, the tournament's over now. It's been a fantastic tournament. What's your meal?
It depends. I love food too much. I love any food. Really,
I'm
any
sensing
food,
that.
and
You
it
can't
depends,
commit to food.
No, I
you
cannot.
can't commit to
No,
one
it's
thing.
not possible
It's
for
not
one
possible.
Do you
meal.
ever have a cheat meal?
Yeah, of course.
What would
But
that be?
depends again. Depends.
Oh, God. I'll tell you
What would your cheat meal be?
You've been so open about everything, but he will not commit to food.
No.
He's not saying.
Are you worried if you
I
tell
cannot.
us that we might grow the muscles, we might grow the skills?
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
some
I don't want
secret
to take
recipe
the
going
risk.
on here.
I
I've never
know.
known anyone be so cagey about a meal. Have you seen the show Come Dine With Me? Have you ever seen that?
Yes, yes.
So if you were to go, if we were coming around your house and come dine with me, and bearing in mind we're going to judge you harshly in the
Yeah.
back of a
Perfect.
taxi.
Let's organize
What,
that.
what meal are you going to serve
But
us? That's
it's-
what I want to get to.
In the show, it's a surprise.
Oh no! No, it's not. No, they tease the menu. They call
Yeah,
it
they
something.
do,
It'd be like
menu.
Stan sticky
It's
sticky
gonna be
salmon or
the-
something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I've never known anyone evade a question as much as Stan Wawrinka's evading a question about food.
I love it. You've given us the answers for
I
like your
said that-
favourite opponent.
I know.
All of it.
Yeah.
But the food,
No.
you won't part with it. And I
Oh.
respect it.
This is the mind games I was talking about. This is what happens. I know in the locker room beforehand. Andy Murray goes, "What did you have for tea last night?" And Stan says, "Well, I'm not going to tell you that."
Can I tell you?
And then it gets in his head. So all I'm going to be thinking about now is what.
All I
what
can
was-
say, I don't share my food.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or anything or any details about it. Yeah. Fine. All right. Well, that's. I've got 5 questions about food. They're all gone. I can't believe it.
I know, you better get rid of those.
Unbelievable. Well, listen.
You need to change the question, maybe.
That's true. That's true. With the exception of all the stuff around food, which I'm telling you now has annoyed me. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you. It was great.
Lovely to chat.
We have loved every minute and good luck at Wimbledon.
Thank you.